Hello everybody and welcome to the Let's Talk video podcast number 13, and with me today I have a few special guests. I have Ryan, or MMFQ Death.
I was gonna interrupt him with something that I had planned in advance, but I
forgot.
completely forgot what that was, so I'm just gonna do a regular
What's
introduction.
up?
Hello everybody, I love you so much, and stuff and things, and hello and welcome.
Alright, we also got Preston, or MMFQ Zyrex, I guess
No
now.
one cares about me. We can move on to Jack.
Okay, we also have Jack, or the game.
Joking, I'm just being a jerk. Go ahead.
Okay, so, and we also have Jack, the Daily Gamer,
I'm the MMFQ person.
and we also have Shelby, who doesn't have a YouTube channel.
Hello.
Shelby's just Shelby.
She's just
YouTube-
the
I do have a
Shelby.
YouTube channel, but I just don't really use it.
YouTube.com/.
She's like Corey, she doesn't record. She just has a channel for commenting and subscribing.
I have a
and
server
stuff.
though.
No,
Minecraft
but
server.
there's two main
Tell them your
differences
Minecraft server.
between Corey and Shelby that
Okay.
I think we should just make apparent. You know, in case you guys don't know this, Shelby is a girl. Okay.
Haven't
Oh,
figured out
people
yet.
think that I'm a little boy.
wait.
Swear.
No. Well, it's not. No, it's not you. It's because, like, look at some of the people we have in here. Okay, we have. Well, we don't really have any squeakers, but we do have Demi who make
Yeah, what you got on
voice.
about?
Whoa. Too many people talking.
We do have Demi in here who can do a Herbert the Pervert voice and sound like a 90-year-old pedophile. I have like multiple personality disorder between being able to talk like this and then also
being able to talk like this, and then if I really want to go into it, and this is like not being any sort of
Combine
like
them.
homophobic or like trying to be offensive.
but then I could totally talk like this, like
You
oh my
combine them
God.
together, so it's like.
Why? Like if I was like talking in the middle of a sentence and started to talk like this,
And then just totally went into
what-
this voice.
No, if you done like a girl voice, as in like an Indian girl,
I've tried that before, but it
Yeah,
doesn't
try it, see what comes
Preston
out.
doesn't even say girl properly.
work. Alright.
Girl. Like the way that Chloe's YouTube name
Yeah.
is spelled.
Welcome to Shoving It. What?
Why is welcome to 7-Eleven my default thing for that? It's like, welcome to 7-Eleven, I'm gonna help you.
You know, I
Is
would
it
think
like-
that your default. I would think that your default would just be Dell Technical Support.
Welcome to Dell Technical Support, I'm gonna help you. Oh, you would like
But-
free Alienware. That's not going to happen.
Let me speak to my
Uh,
manager.
What I don't like is when like they call you and they're hella out Arab, and then they say that their name is Jack or Jake or like Jeffrey or
No,
something.
that's a damn stage name. It's like, listen, motherfucker, your name is Alaquaca.
Or Raj.
Or no, it's Muhammad.
It's like, can you
No,
imagine
Mohammed
being
is.
that
No,
old?
Mohammed's Arabic.
Dude, just imagine being the interview, like the interviewer that like hires these people. It's like you're like sitting there, right? And he comes in and he's like, "Hello, welcome." Or, well, sorry, that was backwards. It's like, "Hello, welcome to the interview. My name is Ryan, and I'm going to be conducting your interview today. My name is no, your name is Jake.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
No,
Yeah.
sir, my name is Adada. No, your name is Jake. But sir, my name in my country is
My country, as you said.
My country, as you said.
Translated is Jake.
So translate that, and it's Jake, right? No, translate it, and it is welcome to 7-Eleven. I'm gonna help you.
Oh yeah, by the way,
God,
guys.
that is so racist. I mean, I'm just, man, I'll just go apologize for that. You know what I mean? Like, cut out just straight up one right. No, like
Um,
just straight. But I swear, homie, you know, like legit. Let's just be real right now, homie. You know, I've been watching way too much GTA 5 and shit. You know, so if I'm talking like this, it ain't no racism. You know what I mean? Cause I'm just trying to be.
I've been doing too
just
much
trying to be
Franklin
hip.
missions. Been doing too many
Yeah,
Franklin
dude, man.
missions, man.
Dude, that man, F man is my G. You know what I'm saying? Like G, like gangster. You know.
And he's homie Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar. Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan. While you're in that personality, you
alright.
should tell them Shelby's server IP. It's in the chat.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
hang on.
no-
Wait, before we continue, Shelby, is it hosted off your computer?
No, I host it from Pickle Hosting.
Okay, just making sure.
All right,
Cause
yo, listen, we gotta rap up in here, right? Yo, someone give me a beat, cause I'm about to like rap out the server IP, you know, like, come on, yeah. 198.20.163.100. Oh yeah, spit it. Yeah, that sounds like a
Wait,
one
wait,
track you ever heard. Not okay, man. The beat can stop, motherfucker. You don't even know how to do a beat, homie, yo. All right, straight up, cuz
Professor
even
getting down, hey?
British guy got the better beat than you. How'd that make you feel, homie? You from Florida.
Yeah, I'm from
You from the
Florida.
hood. You don't even know how to do a beat,
You're
cuz.
from Florida.
Should we redo that?
I
Should we-
live in the city. I live in the state of old people.
Take two.
Of what?
Oh wait, hold on. Can anyone do like a kind of like a drum beat, like I'm trying to think. Do like.
What the hell?
What was that?
That sounds like a dead turkey or a chicken that's dying.
I started. Yeah, dude, just go with the dead turkey. Just do that, but like make it into a beat, cuz just watch.
Okay, hang on, hang on.
Oh, that 163. Oh shit, that actually fine. Dude, how the F did I do it?
No, that sounds like when.
Do you know how to
Arabs
do
go-
that? Like how to make the. And you have to have the clacking lips too. Like you have to swing your face around like this. So then your mouth kind of makes that
better sound.
noise, and then you just
You
go
ever,
like.
First off, let me just put this out there. This is the most off-topic podcast that we have ever had. And
Well,
for
there is
that
a few
reason,
things I'd like to
think
talk
this is
about.
gonna be fantastic. No. Let's keep it this way. 'Cause I think it's gonna be fantastic. Okay,
Ryan is high.
it's gonna be awesome. Okay, no, I'm not high. Okay.
Well.
Now you make me have to explain this.
Now,
there's
Ryan's
been
gotta go
lot
through a
of
big
stuff
story.
There's been a lot of stuff going on in my family recently, and if you guys follow me on Twitter, which if you don't, honestly you should, and I'm gonna
Follow
be
him on Twitter.
Don't follow him. Don't follow him.
I'm gonna be making
This
a
episode of the
video
RPM Let's Talk Video Podcast is brought to you by MMFQ at MMFQ Death.
On Twitter.
I'm gonna be making a video telling you guys, like, it's gonna be like a channel update later. You'll probably see it later on tonight, on why I haven't been posting videos. But there's been a lot of family problems and emergency room visits, and my grandma's currently in the hospital and all this other stuff and things. And then I guess I got some sort of viral infection in my colon, which
I'm sorry.
no, yeah, I don't know. It's weird, but while I was in there, it causes extreme abdominal pain, which is very similar to appendicitis. Which, if you don't know what that is, it's a worthless organ called your appendix, and sometimes it can start to hurt and then explode and kill you, and I have to remove it. And it's a kind of painful thing, right? So
You should tell him about the whole.
he gave me some medications. Jesus.
Okay, from now on, we're gonna call them medifications throughout this entire podcast.
Yeah, for the rest of the podcast, they will forever be known as medifications.
I took
So
my
anyway, they gave me-
medifications this morning. Don't worry.
And
Is that why you're a bit fucked up? Because you
That
haven't had one tonight.
I want to say they gave me the medications at so stupid, even though I'm doing it on purpose now. Probably around 5:30 a.m. or actually it'd be earlier than that. It'd be like 4:30 a.m. And then I got home at around 6:10. Fell asleep for about 40 minutes and got woken up to go up to the hospital to check on my grandmother who's in there with a broken leg and make sure she's doing all right and that the nurses aren't dicking off and being idiots, because welcome to the United States of America's healthcare. But that is besides.
Yeah, don't.
Hashtag
Yeah,
UK
no.
health there for the win.
I'm still like kind of
There you go.
we're not going to use the word high because drugs are bad, kids.
Me and Jack are the lucky.
I'll
ones.
take
am
that
on
into.
the
I'll take that
medical
into
purposes so
consideration.
that I am not in excruciating pain.
You should tell them the story about the TV.
Should I go into
Yeah,
detail
go,
on
tell
TV?
them about your TV story and the coolest
ruin
doctor
it.
you've ever
Ruin
met.
it for you. You-
Okay, so I go into the emergency room, and just like any hospital, I was in the waiting room for quite a while. I had like extreme pain in my
Appendix.
no, it's like my lower abdominal area, like on the left-hand side of the bottom of my stomach, like a really, really, really like burning sharp pain, like almost like being stabbed by a melted
Stabber.
like, butt stabber.
Abdomen
but-
stabber.
Yeah,
Butt
abdomen
stabber.
colon stabber. But, so anyway, I go back and I finally get back there, and I was waiting for probably like 30 minutes. And they have these like TVs that are on like little like crane booms that you can like pull out. And because I don't know if every hospital has them, because I know two of you said that your hospitals do,
We
but
do.
I know that some don't. So anyway, they're
Yeah,
like
mine.
personal TV ER, and I like pulled it out to try to, because I was sitting there for a while and I figured I was gonna be there for a while. So I tried to turn it on and it wasn't working. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I just kind of sat there, like really struggling through with the pain and just kind of being like, F it. It'll go away, hopefully. Probably not, because it's been there for 2 days. But then the doctor ends up coming in. The nurse had come in right beforehand just to tell me that the doctor was star 67 much. Jeez, that dial-up connection, guys. Jeez.
No, I'm
Tell
sorry.
your mom to get off the phone. Tell her to.
I'm seriously not doing this on purpose. I'm seriously. Like, I typed 69 because Corey sent a Gaiazo in the chat where he was watching Black Ops 2 video, and then the score was 69-40, and I just wanted to quickly type in the chat, ha 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 ha, 69. And then when I typed that, it went into the dial pad and typed 69.
But so,
But let me just quickly put out, I was not disappointed by that.
What butt
okay.
stabber?
Anyway, so
Butt stabber.
the doctor ends up coming in, and he like sat there and he started to explain what was going on to me, and then he's just like, wait a minute, how long have you been here? And I was like, I don't know, like 30-40 minutes or something like that. He's like, why don't you watch TV? And I was like, oh, it doesn't work, I tried it. He was like, hold on. He just like swings the curtain back that like is in between me and like the next like area over, because there's like one main room that I was in, because like that way they didn't have to like put me in a room with other people.
Privacy curtains.
So they like pushed me. he like pushed my bed like over towards the next TV and just like pushed it over. And he was like, "You like Pawn Stars?" And I was like, "Yeah, I love Pawn Stars." And he was like, "Sweet," because there's a marathon. So he puts it on. And he keeps explaining to me what's going on. And then he's like, "Oh man, I haven't seen this episode." I was like, "Yeah, neither have I." He's like, "You know what?" It's down. He's like, "All right, we're gonna order you an IV because you're gonna need some fluids and we're gonna need some blood test results." And hold on, takes out his walkie-talkie and he's like, yeah, I need someone to come in here and get him an IV and walkie-talkie." And then he comes in and he's like, we're just sitting there watching Pawn Stars, dude. And the nurse comes in and he's just like, puts the IV in, takes the blood, and then he's sitting there and he's like, "Oh, dude, I haven't seen this episode." And we were like, "Yeah, dude, it's a new episode." He's like, "Oh, awesome. So he sits down, and then the doctor calls another nurse to come in and get the blood and go take it for results. I was there all night, just sitting there watching Pawn Stars with this doctor. And coolest doctor in the world. Like, he definitely did his job. He went, like, outstanding. The only time that I wasn't sitting there watching Pawn Stars is when they had to take me for, like, x-rays and CT scans. But he was an awesome doctor, and it was a really, really cool experience because, I mean, really, how many times do you go to the ER and it's like, shit, man, I'm just going to be sitting there, and the doctor comes up and he's like, you know what? F it. Let's watch Pawn Stars.
Yeah, I hardly ever go
Now
A&E.
you have to
so-
you have to explain Pawn Stars for all the British people.
See,
Yes,
Preston,
so
trust me.
should I explain it in the dumbed down way that I explained it earlier, just to be a smartass?
Yeah.
Should I do
Yeah,
it that way?
please.
So you guys, in a world, no,
In a galaxy far, far away.
In a place called Nevada.
in a place where you're hop and a skip and jump over a small pond. In other words, in the UK, you guys don't know this. At least most of you. There's this fantastic show on the History Channel. Not History UK. It's called Pawn Stars. Not Pawn Stars UK. It's Pawn Stars. Okay. It's better because it has
Pawn
two less
Stars
letters
US.
in it. So that those two less letters make it better, obviously. And it's in Nevada.
Two less
So-
letters, three
Nevada.
characters.
And there's a bunch of drunk people that bring in crazy shit. Like
One
this
guy brought
guy
in a Gatling gun.
Yeah. Another guy brought in. Oh yeah. By the way, whenever a gun is brought in, they shoot it. Not in the store.
Yeah,
because,
even if
you know,
it's
that-
gonna kill them or not.
Yeah. Right. Like, do you remember the cannon? Like, oh, spoiler alert. The fat retard Chumley. I mean, that sounds really rude when you say it that way, but if you haven't watched Pawn Stars, you would understand why I would call him a fat
I've
retard.
only watched Pawn Stars like at one point.
so
Like I
funny.
went up to Illinois to see my cousin Jeff at one point, and literally he was gone for an entire day because I think he had to
Jeff
go
the
to
Killer.
school. So I was at my other cousin Jack's house, and no, not you,
I'm
Jack.
not your cousin.
Hey.
But like
Not your cousin.
he's got like this
When
big
did this happen?
60-inch Samsung TV down in his basement. So and he has like this really comfy couch. So I'm like, I'll just lay down here, and then I turn on, and it was on Pawn Stars. So for
I
about
want to know
5
why there's-
hours. Okay,
Why
what?
is there that massive TV in a basement?
No, it's a really nice big basement. A lot of people in Illinois have a basement because it's
Yeah, we don't have basements.
the reason we don't have
Yes, we
basements
do,
in Florida is
sometimes, yeah.
because literally if you dig, like if you
You'll-
stick a
you'll
shovel
hit
in the
the
ground,
orange
you'll
roots.
no if you dig a shovel, like if you stick your shovel in the ground, you're gonna fall in water.
Hmm.
Literally, if you ever find yourself in Florida and you're really thirsty, just dig yourself a small hole. You'll hit water instantly. But
Well, Preston said before, he's like,
I
"Oh, he
watched
was
Pawn
hospital."
Stars down in their basement for about 5 hours continuously, and believe me, that it's a good show. And I thought, once I got back to Florida, I'd probably watch it some more, but I just never got around to it.
Game of
Yeah,
boners.
you too.
Game of Boners. That's actually technically, is the nudity in Game of Thrones like considered hot, or is it like small children?
See, I don't know. That's actually like a really good point. I would assume.
Because I
that
know that you're a big fan of Game of
prostitutes-
Thrones.
Yeah, I would assume that the prostitutes in the show that
Mm.
are naked in points, I would assume that those would be okay nudity. Like it wouldn't be. I mean, if you're not into the show, any nudity is perfectly fine. But if you actually are familiar with how the show is set up and the people's ages and such, then some of the nudity should probably freak you out, considering like Daenerys is actually like 14 or something.
Oh,
I want to say
Jesus.
she's 14 and she's shown naked in the show. I mean, obviously her character that is shown naked is not 13, but her character in the
The
series is
actor.
actually 13.
The actress.
The actress.
Yeah.
All right. Clever clogs.
I think we should take a short moment real quick just to twerk it like Miley Cyrus. Okay?
Hey.
Hang on,
hey,
I'm getting up on my
Ryan,
chair.
Ryan.
Twick, twick, mathematic, twick.
I think now, Sam, what you have to do there, in case you don't know, is you during editing must like make a little like just cut out the audio and just like put in a part that's like twerk, 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 twerk.
No,
If
no,
I can
Ryan,
remember,
Ryan,
if I can
Ryan,
remember.
Ryan,
Yeah.
you're gonna get this. Wop, wop, wop. Now let me see your wop.
Dude,
That's just
Stop.
so stupid.
wop, wop, wop. No,
That
let me see.
song,
Wop, 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 wop,
Shake
wop,
it like a
wop.
red nose. That song's really stupid because red nose or pit bulls don't shake their butt, and that's what they mean. Like you shake it like a red nose pit bull.
Shake it like Rudolph.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very
Had
shiny ass.
Something on his. Why? His
Why
ass-
are you looking at his butt?
No. oh,
Because,
what's
man,
that
you gotta get all that deer.
A baboon. It was a
You
baboon.
don't have a lot of class.
I
Was it
mean,
If
whenever
you
I see a
just keep
cat,
staring at him, he is gonna rage.
I mean,
And then
technically, every time I
Gonna
see a
take that
cat,
red dick and stick it in
Thought
your.
he was gonna
every
say
time I see a
Rudolph the
cat, I
red-dick
always say
reindeer.
cat ass.
cat ass.
I always say
Say
that.
it with me now.
Cat ass.
Say it with me now. Cat ass. I'm
If
calling
Chloe
Pete
was
on you.
watching this podcast, she would like be pretty pissed at this point.
Why?
Why, cat ass?
No, like she hates dad ass, and this would come from that.
Wait,
No,
Well
no,
done,
she
Sam,
just
for
hates
bringing
you
it
in
up.
general,
Well
Sam.
done, Sam.
Way to make it weird, man. See, we're all
That-
enjoying
that's
it.
my
We're
job.
in it.
That's my job.
Sam has to ruin. Shut up.
Ruining.
That's the rue of the day.
I rued the day that you messed up.
I'm
with it.
sick. Okay, leave me alone. I can't even think straight.
You should. I told you you shouldn't have kissed your girlfriend.
He kissed a girl and he liked it.
She was being really
I
cute. Okay, I
kissed
had
the
to-
girl.
Kissed a girl and he liked it. Taste of her gonorrhea.
sickness.
It
I'm
tastes
sorry.
like
doesn't actually
a.
have gonorrhea.
gonorrhea.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I
really?
have a question. Has
Whoa, whoa! Did Ryan just say my girlfriend has gonorrhea?
No, I joked. She
It
doesn't have
tasted like
gonorrhea.
sick.
You boy, even though you're older than me, boy, you're gonna die. I'm gonna kill you.
Sir, I think I'm older than you.
No,
tastes
no, no. I'm
like
really like 50.
stomach
just don't
bile.
know yet.
okay, so Ryan, can you get on to making an image for the podcast, please?
What do you mean? I already made you one. Remember?
That was last week's though.
You think I'm gonna make a new one every week? You're out of your.
Trippin'.
Have you seen the image that he made?
Okay,
How
that's
long
fine.
does it take
Yeah,
to
it'll
render?
work fine. It works
Find
good.
The ginger girl.
How long does it take?
I
Did it
think-
take to render?
I think
What do
Death should make me an image for mine.
You know, a lot of people don't know. I actually hate Preston.
You know, I would
for your-
never have guessed.
Oh, but the picture's got my old Minecraft skin on it.
If
No,
I seen
no,
Preston in
that's-
real
it's
life,
not
I
that
would actually
Preston.
kill him.
Can you send me the picture, please, Ryan?
I don't even know where it is right now.
Sam, you need to send it to me.
What?
Oh yeah, also Sam, you need to
Okay,
overlay
seriously, we need some topics. So.
Okay,
one,
well, one
you-
thing we can't talk about is the new funky Steam controller.
the
I actually haven't seen it yet. Let me look that up.
Just Google
Steam
image Steam controller.
controller.
Okay, so
I would, but you
basically,
see my fingers.
Oh
you
my
know
God, that
the
looks-
left and right sticks? Those have pretty much been turned into trackpads.
That's not.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Preston,
not-
no one
I'm not a
cares
big
about
fan.
your opinion.
No, honestly, I'm not a big fan of it. It looks very awkward. I don't like the button placement of the Y, X, A, and B on like different axes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's. You know what it reminds me of? In all honesty, it reminds me of an N64 controller. But not in the style of it, obviously, but only in the way of like I feel like I'm gonna need 3 hands to use it correctly.
You know,
Like,
but you want to know
I
what it
hope-
reminded me of?
I hope that center thing is touch. Because then maybe I
Right.
can use my dick to just flop a goon.
just flop it
at
there.
it with
Just...
their hand. I'll just be
So-
like,
Well, isn't that just friendly?
yeah,
So,
I mean,
It kind of reminds me, like, have you ever seen, like, one of those DJ mixers that have, like, the 2 track wheels on them?
yeah.
It
mean
kind of
Dex?
reminds me of one of those. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw it.
You mean
Dex.
DJ Dex?
Yeah, whatever.
It's what you mean, Sam.
Yes, okay.
Right, look at this guy, Azo.
It's not
See,
a
I don't
picture
know,
of
I
a
just-
ginger girl that you were taking pictures of, was it, Preston? You
See,
pedophile.
I feel like. See, I feel like it. I understand why they're doing the whole no.
Oh, it is a
track-
touchscreen. The middle is a touchscreen, by the way, Ryan.
Yeah, I know it is. I'm looking at it. I feel like
Wow.
it makes sense.
Ryan's looking at it.
Because you have like you notice that there's like what's it called, like secondary pressure triggers on the back of the actual like where your hands would sit. There's not just triggers, but there's like rear triggers, like I'm trying to think of how to explain it correctly. Like, all right, do you know what an Xbox 360 controller?
Oh, wait, are the
feels like-
secondary ones on the inside of what
Yes,
where the
and they're
fingertips
really
Yeah,
go?
yeah.
heavy. I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah,
them.
yeah. They're like if you were holding an Xbox 360 controller, picture where your middle and ring fingers would sit. That's where another like button is on each side.
That's
So it's like there's secondary triggers there too. But I see why they're going with the whole like touchscreen trackpad.
Yeah.
Because could you imagine? Because don't forget, you're supposed to be able to use this as a mouse and keyboard equivalent. So I kind of see why they're going with that, so that it'll be easier to control like mouse-styled stuff. But I just,
don't like the X, Y, B, and A.
yeah, I'm really not a fan of the button placement of that. And on top of that, I'm really, really, really not a fan of just getting rid of the trackpad in general. Like,
Get rid of the analog sticks, you mean?
or yeah, the analog sticks and replacing it with trackpads. Like I feel like that's a bad decision. And looking at the actual style of the computer, where it slants, or computer, the style of the controller where it actually like slants inward from where you would hold it, I feel like that's going to be an awkward hand positioning. You know,
Yeah. I see what you mean.
like
So,
I don't know. I just feel like the Xbox. I mean, again, this is personal preference. I just feel like the Xbox has already mastered the like controller styling.
Yeah, it
I-
has got a nice
there's just-
controller.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
I mean,
does.
there's just, in my opinion, there's just no way that you can really make it any better. The only thing I could say that would be suggested is that if you could change, like for people like you, Sam, that like the PlayStation analog sticks, the way that they're styled, if there was a way to swap the directional pad's location,
Yeah.
with the analog sticks location. That way you could customize those two parts. Like if Steam would have done something like that, but kept the Xbox style shape, I think that would have worked out well for it. Because then it would have appealed to both sides of the gaming market.
What if Microsoft sued them though?
What if?
I don't think it really could, as long as it was different enough.
So this morning, a console war broke out in my grade,
Yeah.
and I just walked in there, and I'm like, "Yo, PC Master Race," and they're like,
Except you use a Mac.
"Well, I mean, yes, but it doesn't mean I can still agree."
No. I see what you mean. Just go ahead.
So I say that, and then everybody's like, "You're such a loser. You like PC?" And I'm like, well, maybe I like running games at the best graphics I can, and playing games that look really nice, and not having them. And then they're like, maybe because it's got a good controller. It's like you can hook up an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller to your PC. It works perfectly. And then
You
they're like,
can.
yeah, well, I like playing with other people. It's like Steam.
Look,
Yeah, right. Like Steam,
You like staying with other
Origin.
people?
Steam.
best
Origin.
Gyazo in the chat ever.
Does GOG or whatever it's called, like, that has like Torchlight and all them, like all those games, do they have Shadow
Probably.
Warrior, and Torchlight, and all those games?
All right. So do
Does
you guys
that have an
actually?
online service?
No.
Okay.
No, that's just
It's just a downloader. Okay.
I have a question actually. So you guys obviously knew about the Steam controller. Like I had heard about it, but I hadn't even seen what it looked
I had
like.
no idea.
So do you know, will the Steam box, because I heard it will be mouse and keyboard compatible, so you'll still be able to use mouse and keyboard on it. Will it be compatible with other USB controllers, such as like if you wanted to use an Xbox 360
Or a Logitech, or
controller.
a...
Yeah, or a Logitech, or I would have to guess that there's going to be Bluetooth built in,
Mm-hmm.
because this controller is obviously wireless. So I mean, is there a possibility that you'll be able to just use like a PS4 controller or a PS3 or any wireless or wired USB controller? Like,
Sorry,
have
wait,
they
one-
said anything about that?
I'm not sure. I didn't read too much into the Steam box, to be perfectly honest. I just...
Mhm.
One other thing I want to talk about. Half-Life 3, trademarked.
Yeah, see, I heard that, but I am a realist. I don't see that causing Half-Life 3. I don't. Cause look at Skyrim, for instance. It trademarked the name. What was it? Blood. I don't know. It trademarked some name that had to do with a new DLC that could have possibly been coming out this year, and nothing on it. And they trademarked it like last year. I don't see a trademark as being a definitive answer. It's pretty much up to speculation. Like if you want to believe that it's true, then believe it. If you don't, then you don't. It's just I would prefer not to get my hopes up for another Half-Life game if there isn't gonna actually be
Yeah,
one,
you
'cause
see,
right
I'm
now
just-
Valve is very afraid of the number 3.
Yeah. Let's see. Left 4 Dead 3, Portal 3, Team Fortress 3, but I don't think they would make that.
You
No.
know the
Because it's Team Fortress 2 is already like a good enough multiplayer game.
Well, technically, see, saying that though, all of those games essentially were like Half-Life mods. Like,
well,
mean,
originally,
if you
yeah,
really
they
think about it,
were.
Like Team Fortress started out as a Counter-Strike mod. Did Left 4 Dead, was that actually a fully developed game, or did that start out as a mod? as well?
I think it was like a zombie mod. Here, I'll look it up.
Yeah, because I know that Portal was definitely its own game. I know that they actually created Portal. I mean, they still used Source Game Engine, but I know that Counter-Strike, that was a Half-Life mod originally.
All right.
There's just-
All I can find are mods for Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah, I want to say that Left 4 Dead wasn't a Half-Life mod. I want to say it was its own like made game.
I did find a Left4DeadMaps.com though, where we could find like good maps to play. Yeah, these all look pretty good actually. There's a Left4DeadMaps.com. That's pretty cool.
you know how the Steam box is essentially just a small computer.
Yeah.
How is it gonna run games?
See, actually, that's a really cool I'm not gonna get like too into the tech side because I know that some of the people that do watch this aren't like extreme techies, and you don't want to hear like all of the super technical aspects of how or why it's gonna work. But Valve did something very similar to what Android did with its Linux Steam OS. Is instead of being like Microsoft or Sony, where they make their own console, they make their own profit, they make their own, everything is made and manufactured by them with the, difference of just games and controllers and accessories. Well, they did kind of like a take from Android versus, where Sony and Microsoft would be more like Apple. And they decided we're going to let a bunch of other manufacturers make their own Steam boxes, and then they will be upgradable. Some might be better than others. They will have various versions. So by saying I own a Steam box, that's your Steam your Steam box may be 10 times better than mine. It may be 5 times like less than mine. It
So it's
might
like-
be the exact same.
Doesn't
It just-
Shelby own an Android?
It's like an Android phone, isn't it? Like,
I have an
so
Android
it has
What kind of
Yeah, like,
Android do you
pretty
have?
much.
different kind of.
ZTE Android. I don't know what it's called.
What brand
yeah,
is it?
it's
Is it Samsung?
Basically-
Samsung, Google,
Yeah, I
basically
think
what
so.
I'm saying is like it's gonna be they're
No,
all
it's
gonna run on the same
CTE.
OS.
Yeah.
CTE.
Wouldn't it be like
What is
wi-
CTE?
like
I've
Windows?
never heard of that.
I don't think that's really relevant.
I have a
but
shitty service.
that's not really relevant, but
Well, I'm just trying to get
Um,
Shelby to speak.
Oh,
Oh.
You know, like Windows, like they let all of the others do like the hardware.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
for their computers, yeah.
Except like the Surface. Well, no, the Surface was made by Microsoft, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's made by Microsoft. But no, it's more like Android though, specifically because well, actually no, technically yeah, you're right. It would be more like Microsoft and its computers because Android certain things aren't available on certain ones of them, whereas the Steam boxes even though some are better than others and some may not be, not as good as others, but they may be cheaper and such and other. Everything on a Steam box, according to Valve, right now, should be compatible no matter what Steam box. Whereas, like with Android, that was always kind of a letdown for me. Is say you have like a Samsung Galaxy S4, and like someone makes an app for that. Like they design this amazing app that runs perfectly on the S4, and then you get like an HTC One, and it's like, well, sorry, this is not compatible with your Android. And it's like, well, that's really fantastic because I paid like $4 for this app, and now that I had to switch phones, I can't get it anymore because it's not compatible with my other Android. Like that it seems stupid in that sense. That was kind of the whole reason why I stayed away from Android. But I do like how Steam is going more towards everything will be compatible no matter what Steam box you have. It will all just matter on what games you're going to play. And it's kind of like price performance ratio. So it also adds like a lot for like why you should buy a Steam box, because some people just don't want to go out and buy a custom gaming PC. Well, now you won't have to. You can buy a Steam box and play with all of the things that make PC games great, but you can own a console that does it
Yeah, but
instead
it's so
of.
tiny.
Well, some of them are. Some are probably going to be bigger. It all depends on the manufacturer.
So,
It's a small form factor PC
Yeah.
yep.
running on Linux.
Mm-hmm.
Well, think
Wait.
about it.
Is SteamOS Linux?
Yes,
Ah.
it is a Linux-based OS. But think about it this way, Preston. My Alienware, with like both of my NVIDIA GTX 680Ms,
True that. True that. True that.
okay, they're tiny. Like if
Yeah.
you took my CPU, my RAM, and you just made a tiny board, you could fit that in a tiny little box. I mean, if you had the right cooling for it, it could completely be plausible.
That would be so. Oh my god.
It'd be one badass little box, but
You want to know something that kind of made me disappointed once that I just thought of? So one time, I know you're a huge Final Fantasy fan, Ryan.
yeah.
So, and it's a really old series too, or it's not like it's not stacked on top of each other. Obviously, they're not like all sequels, but they're all different games at least.
Yeah.
Besides like the 13-2 and all that, but like, So I was talking to somebody, and I said, "What do you think of Final Fantasy?" Because we were on the subject of gaming. And I asked him, "What do you think of Final Fantasy?" And I'm like, I say, I think it's a pretty good series. What about you? And he says, "There's too many of them."
Is there? I mean, really? That's like saying, what do you think of Family Guy? They make way too many episodes.
Saying that, right here next to me, I have a pile of every single Family Guy episode. Like DVDs.
That just seems like a really dumb reason to not like a game is because they make too many of the game. If anything, that's a reason to like it.
Well, one thing though, Final Fantasy's a really old series too. It's been around since
Yeah.
the NES, hasn't it?
Well,
Or
yeah,
NES.
also-
Oh, yeah.
NES or
think
NES.
about-
What do you prefer calling it?
I prefer
NES.
NES, but
Well, sometimes I just say NES.
no, it doesn't bother me. I mean, call
It doesn't
whichever.
matter. Call it any.
Speaking of old games,
I see what you did there.
I wanted to ask you guys, what are some classic PC games you used to play when you were younger? Like when you were probably in your younger days, what did you like?
Pac-Man.
Honestly, you are going to
Minesweeper.
laugh your ass
Minesweeper.
out.
Okay,
Ass off when I tell you what it is.
all right.
Harry Potter Quidditch.
Oh my god.
I'm not joking. It was one of the first PC games I ever played. Another one was a shoots and ladders game. That you could play with like multiple people on the same
Hey, I'll be
computer.
right back. I'm gonna go get my big book full of old PC games.
Or what?
And then Solitaire. So pretty much those games.
Yeah,
I used to
Solitaire,
play all the time.
Minesweeper, all the classic Windows.
Dude, I hated Minesweeper. I always hated that game. It's so bad.
Oh,
Like,
I always played it because this is like the only.
Okay,
game.
I opened it up and I found Pokemon Ruby right in there.
that's not a PC game.
I know.
think. I'm pretty sure anyway.
Let's see. Okay, so I have Tonka Construction,
Oh my god.
Rescue
do you remember
Heroes,
that?
Meteor Madness.
I used to play a lot of them. You know them like the old trucker games.
Yeah.
You know what
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean?
Okay, I guess my parents might have tried me to get into math because, back then I couldn't read when I played PC games, like on my dad's computer. I would just put in the disc and start playing the game. That's essentially how it would go. And I found this in here, and it's called Math Workshop. Okay, let's see. I got Big Action Construction by Fisher Price. I have the PC version of the Cars game, which isn't too old. I have Roller Coaster Tycoon 3.
That's my favorite.
I still play it to this day sometimes.
Oh,
I have
right.
Creative Wonders Disc 1 Art
Wait, no. How do you
Workshop.
play Roller Coaster Tycoon if it's a PC game?
My dad's computer.
Yeah.
Do you,
My
do you
dad's
go
got
onto
he's got like this Dell XPS desktop.
the XPS, the laptop XPS. I don't
No,
know,
the
it looks
desktop.
nice.
He's
No,
got
but
an
the
XP.
laptop one.
He's got an XPS 8000, I believe.
No, but the the laptop one that Ubuntu uses to like
the
show off
Ultrabook,
it,
you
it
mean?
looks nice.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb
Probably
and just
shit.
say
but
this
it
real
looks
quick.
Nice.
The Dell XPS used to be like the top of the line gaming laptop for a very very long time. Like legitimately, it was back before Dell bought Alienware. It was like ranked up there with it. Like just a really really good gaming laptop.
Yeah, it
back
was.
back in its day.
I had before I had this Mac, for 7 years, I had this Dell Inspiron. It's like one
Yeah,
of those
that's the
old
Ins-
gray ones, like those old gray plastic ones.
Check his Instagram and you can see it.
Yeah, but you have to scroll through a lot of my pictures to find it because I got like 500 pictures. But
No.
I had that for like 7 years, and I ran Windows Vista on it.
Jeez.
And I played
Dedicated.
RuneScape on that for
Oh
like
man.
for so long.
What were
You
your
had just the shittiest of all worlds. Like, you were on a Dell Inspiron. You
the
had
best of
like,
both worlds?
No, just the shittiest of both worlds.
Well, I mean, my
dude.
mom has
like,
an Inspiron. She has like one of the newer Inspirons.
But I mean, dude, a Dell Inspiron and then Vista and
And
I
then a
just,
match.
yeah. Now you have a Mac.
I
Like,
kind of feel like I'm one
man,
of those people. It's like Salt
I
in the
feel
Moon.
like you should go back to the Inspiron.
No, but it was like I get. Have you ever like seen a kid like picture it like this? A kid is at school. He just gets beat up a bunch of times, and then he stands back up eventually, and then some other kid comes by and beats him up. Think of
I
it
can
like
see
that.
it.
Like
Yeah.
know, it's like that's the
Ryan
changing point
has
from when.
experienced that. He's not the kid getting beaten up though.
Yeah. I mean, faux show, my bro.
I love the
From
story
another
about the teacher walks past and just sits there, waits for like a minute or something, and is like, "Get off, Ryan."
Yeah, he's like, well, I would stop you, but you know what? We're just gonna see how this plays out for a minute. Oh, yep, you're putting him in the hospital. All right, yeah, we'll stop you now. Ryan, you need to not do that. That's just
Oh,
like,
Jack had to go, by the way.
Boy.
Did anybody
but
notice that Jack had to
weird.
go
Yeah, I
7
was gonna
minutes ago?
say it, but apparently my mic was muted, so
All right. So
I love it how it's like 7 minutes ago.
you want to know something that was really stupid that happened to me this week? That just made me lose a lot of faith in humanity.
See, I want to.
Okay,
Sick
so-
shot 365.
No. So I was in my history class,
It's 7 o'clock.
and
History, we do love the history.
mostly we were talking about like the governmental shutdown and everything that's happening in America. And my teacher asks, "So could somebody tell me what Obamacare is?" This blonde,
dumbest
okay,
thing.
this blonde, and trust me, this is why blondes get made fun of. So I raise my hand, and so does this blonde, and she picks on the blonde. I'm like, okay, I'll see what her view is on it. And she says, "So Obamacare is when Obama isn't feeling very well, and we have to take care of him."
Oh, did she?
She freaking said that.
She is a genius.
And what I said right when
think
it
she's
happened.
the only one in America that's ever figured out that scheme, dude.
Oh,
That's
sorry,
why
I
the
wasn't
government shut
listening.
down.
I was reading a BBC News
No,
article.
Sam just explained why the government shut down. Okay.
All right.
This chick
This blonde.
in his class,
Blonde.
right? She was this blonde chick in his class was
Blonde?
like,
Yeah.
his teacher asked like, can someone explain what Obamacare is? And she said, yeah, it's where Obama's sick and we have to take care of him.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah, I've heard
she
of that.
figured out the master plan all by herself. That's why, see, the government shut down because she just figured it out. Like,
But truthfully, you know what I did right when that happened? I shouted out in class. I said, "Face, meet desk."
just smacked your head on the desk. That seems
Yeah.
counterproductive. You're talking about her being stupid, and then you smack your head on a piece of wood.
It's a face desk.
I guess you could say shit. No, actually, I'm not gonna say that.
Wait, what were you gonna say?
Reference to earlier conversations.
Oh, please do say it.
It's on the
forgot which one-
podcast. You gotta say it now.
I forgot-
Yeah.
Which one's which?
Is it the happy seat?
No, because if she's dumb, she's stupid. So no. You know what you were saying earlier
No.
about Tony and WAP and
Oh, that.
The-
Well,
the
thanks
other
for
words.
just bringing that up.
And- Nigga and
No,
Wow.
don't say that, please, on the podcast.
Totally racist.
Uncalled
no,
for.
no,
Uncalled
no.
for. Uncalled.
The ER is racist. A just means homie.
This means homie.
At first, I thought you were
Speak
talking
now.
about the emergency room when you said ER. I'm like, why are you talking about the emergency room now? Because you
When
said
was the
ER.
last time you guys went to the ER?
Well, for Ryan last night, he's already explained that. But
Okay, break.
the last time I went to the ER was probably about a year ago. Basically, when I was like getting ready to go to bed at one point, I was like, I felt this really sharp pain in my stomach, like it was hurting like crazy, and it didn't like it was just excruciating pain and everything. And eventually, my parents just took me to the hospital or ER, and I kind of did what Ryan did. I just kind of laid on the bench and watched Food Network for a couple of hours.
Food Network.
Yeah, seriously, that's what was on. There was it was in October, so it was like this spooky. Yeah, it's almost a year ago actually. Yeah, almost exactly a year ago. It was like there was this competition going on between a few people, and they were talking about like some kind of sweet show. It's like everybody had to make like this creation that was spooky and everything.
It was like who could like recreate the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air without like Will Smith. Like that was essentially the competition.
and
I'm
Happy
there,
Ride,
right?
vibrating bike seat cover.
Oh God, not this again.
please, not in the podcast.
Do you remember the Smurf one? It
I didn't click on that link because I didn't want to.
was basically one that had a mushroom head.
Oh,
Yes, like proper, it sticked out on the sides and it just looked.
sticks out
It
like a
just
sore
looked-
thumb.
It stuck out a lot more than a sore thumb. It was more like a thumb if it wasn't sore, if it was extremely swollen, and if it was in the shape of a mushroom going towards your rectum.
Okay.
Mm.
So
Yep, that's pretty much the best explanation of it I can really give you.
So that was the last time I went to the ER, and eventually when I finally got in, like when I finally got to the part where, you know, the doctors are supposed to ask you what the issue is, it had already cleared up. So we're like, yeah, thanks for taking so long. My issue's already been fixed, and it's all good now. All right, bye.
Who fixed it? Oh,
Nobody.
that
It
cat-
just
that
stopped.
cat on the door.
No.
Like, shut up! I'm trying to.
I
Who
don't
fixed
care.
it? That cat over there. And then the doctor's just.
Okay,
turns around and
okay,
like,
whoa. DeAndre, get out of here. Reverb.
What? I'm so confused.
There
You
was-
have horrible reverb, and we're in the middle of the LT.
At least plug in headphones. And make sure you talk.
Something.
DeAndre?
You muted it.
Okay.
Well, anyway, yeah,
That works.
the doctor asked, so who sorted it? And then Sam's like, oh, that cat over there. And the doctor says, right, cat ass.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that earlier.
Mm.
Cat
So. Yeah. Cat ass.
ass. So, yeah. Cat ass.
So
He just always sounds so unamused. It makes me. It
want
makes me
to
upset.
hit my head on that desk.
Just wants me
Yeah,
to
it
face
makes me want
desk.
to go all desk face,
Desk face.
desk facaded.
Find it.
Thanks.
Hold on, wait. I'm about to.
I
I just stabbed
want to-
myself. Ow.
I want to put
Ow.
my facade.
Have you
What
guys
is
ever
it?
played the game
Is that
Facade?
better or no?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
better.
you're Gucci, dude.
It's been better.
Thank you.
Facade. Facade.
So did I tell you guys?
What?
Just
Are you
finished my
talking about a
parody.
fat turd?
What?
What happened to me?
I said I finished my parody.
Cool.
Yay.
It's awesome, dude.
Of what song?
Good luck with,
Glad You Came by The Wanted.
I just want to quickly say, good luck,
I'm
brother,
glad
on,
you came. The
just-
sun goes
I just want to
down.
quickly say,
just
shut up,
come.
Preston. Good luck with Universal.
My universe will never be the same.
Shut up.
I'm glad you came.
I'll tell you, Preston.
All on my face. I'm sorry, man. It had to be done.
You cast a spell on me, spell on me. You hit me.
And then you took
Inside
it
the head
inside of me, side of me, and now this
This
song
song
is
is
turning really gay, really gay. I just improvised all of this that I just did.
If a Facebook profile picture has 2 people in it, it presumably belongs to the uglier one. That's what
That's
life.
very true.
That's what life
my
cheating just
personal-
tweeted out.
Well, my personal Facebook, like, it's me and my girlfriend, and I mean, obviously, the uglier person is the one who owns the Facebook. Me.
Are you still with Momo?
Momo.
Hi, MMFQ Momo.
Is
I
that
saw that on the
seriously who
website.
MMFQ Momo is?
Yeah.
Finally, I've solved the mystery.
I told you guys this. Like,
I
it
probably
was
wasn't
asked
around.
before.
Probably wasn't around.
I asked, and then you were there, Sam.
I don't know.
How long's it been going for?
The podcast? 49 minutes and 27 seconds.
Take note of that. And cut out my voice crack.
I didn't hear your voice crack. I seriously didn't hear it.
Poor Preston. Doing your Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. Your freaking Twitter.
Twitter. I gotta find something in this drawer. It's got like crap in it.
So let's bring up another topic.
Right.
We never
let's
talked about
talk
Grand Theft Auto 5 coming
Yeah,
out.
no, we're not talking about that, Sam. We've already spoken about that. Right. Either my hair is sticking up very awkwardly, or there's something in my shadow which is weird. Huh.
Is it your brother?
No, it's not my brother. It's not my brethren.
Or one of your brothers?
You know what, Sam? Just hit your head on that desk for a second.
I'm good.
Just headbang the desk.
I'm fine.
I think
Has
we should-
anybody else noticed the headbanging stormtrooper in I forgot what.
Oh yeah, Star Wars. I think it was like The Empire Strikes Back or something.
Yeah, he comes out
And
of it
in
and he
the
hit-
what was
in
it?
the director's cut thing.
I think it
he
was just
added
the
a sound
DVD.
effect.
The DVD version. They added like a thud effect.
Yeah, it went
like a ping or something. So yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the
No,
push-
we're not done yet. We have to think of something else to say.
We're all like gone. We're just like dead. Ryan, why'd you have to be here?
Oh, wow.
That's pretty jacked up.
Rude.
But we're all feeling dead now because of
No, whatevs, bro.
the sexy Grim Reaper over there.
I see how it is, man.
Love you.
Don't even worry about it. I'll never talk to you again for the rest of my life.
You know what was game of the year last year? Or what should have been? Amy.
Yeah,
No.
ours.
I
You
seriously.
see, that would make sense if it wasn't for the fact that Halo 4
Yeah.
was what took Game of the Year.
Well, I
last
mean,
year.
if Halo 4 wasn't released, do you think Far Cry 3 could have had potential?
No Far Cry 1.
No replayability.
Well, that's the only thing.
So no.
But like, no, I mean, what else would there be? What other contenders would there have been if it wasn't just Halo 4? There just would have been like Borderlands 2.
Which was a massive game.
Yeah. True.
So right there, that's one.
There was Assassin's Creed 3, which I played.
Which I don't know. I liked it as a game, but
Not as a story, is it?
I don't know if it's Game of the Year material. You know.
Let me see. What
I
other
mean-
Dishonored? There's
No.
Dishonored.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't Game of the Year material. It was a fun game though.
Didn't you play like one episode for your channel at one point?
Yeah, that was actually because my desktop was too laggy to run it.
Okay, so
And I
last
did my
year
laptop.
there was let me look at last year's games really quick. Let's see, there was Borderlands 2, there was Resident Evil 6, Black Ops 2, Medal of Honor Warfighter, Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs looked like a really good game actually. Ryan, what do you think of Sleeping Dogs, or what do you think of it?
I've heard good things, but I haven't played it myself, so I can't really give like a judgment on it.
I Am Alive. Not sure how long that's been out for. Never played it.
Mm.
That sounds like a really cool title, though. I Am
What,
Alive.
really? That?
Yeah, I Am Alive.
Yeah, but you spawn in and you die instantly.
That would be the like biggest troll ever. It's just like, yo. It's just like, hey, I'm alive.
Wait,
and-
did Heavy Rain come out last year?
Dude, it would be like Happy Wheels. They should have just called Happy Wheels I Am Alive.
I don't know the tune, but
That is not even close.
yeah, I know.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, just stick it in there. There we go.
No, though.
That sounded not delicious at all.
Here we go, Shelby.
What?
Skyrim was in 2011.
I actually, no joke, just forgot that there was someone called Shelby in here. I wonder how that name was in my head. What?
Wait, was Syndicate? Did that come out last year?
Syndicate?
No, not the guy.
no,
It's a.
no, I know the game.
There's a game called Syndicate.
Yes, I'm not dumb. I'm not a
Pretty sure you are.
Shut up.
The one time DeAndre speaks, it's to
I'm
call
not an
him dumb.
American.
Hey,
I'm not
calm your
speaking
tits.
because I'm eating food. God.
I know I was too. That's why I wasn't talking.
What you eating, Shelby? Sausage?
No, Cheetos.
Wow. Wow. What's that supposed to mean?
Sexism.
How's that sexism? I could say to Demi, you eating sausage? And Demi would be like, nah, I'm eating KFC.
I was eating.
No, that would be you eating McDonald's.
What a jerk.
I was eating bacon. So why don't you strip for me?
I love bacon. I love it when you put that meat in my mouth.
You put the meat in your mouth.
Oh God.
Stop making Smosh references.
So,
Ah, motherfucker.
I
the
still
whole
think
story about earlier about hospitals and being scandalous and stuff. It reminded me of my grandma. She was
Scandalous.
Okay. She finally talks, and then you're like, I want to be the British jerk from
Yeah.
Jerk
Let me
Sausage.
talk.
I'm from
Anyway,
New
so-
Jersey.
Shut up with your Twitter.
fuck.
Twitter.
Anyways, so my grandma's nurse was like this gay guy, and she swore up and down that this guy stole her dress. She was like, I'm so mad because he stole my red dress and all this stuff. And yeah, it was really bad.
Was it a red dress?
It was a red like nightgown. I was like, Grandma, really? Why would you want your nightgown? Well, I swear he stole it. It's not here. I don't know where it's at. All this stuff. It was so funny.
Don't tell her. Okay, but I borrowed it, and then I forgot what room I was supposed to bring it back to.
She can hear you. She can hear you. She's in heaven right now. She can hear you.
Oh God, that just makes it awkward because I'm going to hell.
You won't be able to meet her and give it back.
On the bright side, I still have the red gown, so at least I'll match when I'm there. You know, because you
You'll
know the whole
blend in.
death thing. I think that it's kind of like an.
So,
awkward-
You're
uh,
going to hell since
that's like a you go to hell free card, right? I'm assuming maybe.
you go to hell for free.
It's like go to hell free card.
Yeah, you go to hell for free. So go.
Congratulations, you done fucked. Right?
You done trip. So I have a
heard
question.
you. Don't worry.
Is anybody looking forward to October
question.
games? Battlefield 4? Anybody?
Nope. Don't give an F.
Assassin's Creed 4?
Don't give a single F.
I don't know. If Nick was here, he
You
would be
give
like,
an
yeah!
actual-
Because I know he's
See,
real.
Battlefield
Isn't
4.
Nick in trouble?
Yes, he is.
I'm sorry.
Love
it's
you,
not
Nick, if you're
funny.
watching.
Why is he in trouble?
Be right back.
Because he chose to not go to school. See,
But
kids,
the thing
stay
is
in
that I don't
school.
understand is that his grandma's in the hospital, and like when my grandma's in the hospital, I didn't want to do shit.
Well, yeah, but he was also all the way in Virginia, and it was kind of like
Well, why was he all the way over there?
because that's where like he lives.
He doesn't live with you?
No, he lives like down in Virginia with my dad and my like stepmom.
And you live with your grandparents, huh?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's why he was down there. And he just didn't come up because he couldn't miss school. And the way my dad and my stepmom are looking at it is they're looking at it like she's in the hospital. It's not life threatening. She's going to be perfectly fine. And my grandmother is the nicest old lady that you'll ever meet in your life. But if she found out that he was missing school because like and hurting himself, like his schooling, because he was mad that he didn't get to come up here and see her. If he would have come up here, she would have beat him with her cane. Not like
Oh.
physically. She would have wanted to. But she would have been like, Nick, that's not right, and like gave him a scolding look. And it would have been very like that disappointed look that you never want to get from anybody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It would have been that look. It would have just been like, oh my god, I think I'm gonna die now. Like,
I understand everything, like school, you have to do what you're gonna do, but I mean, maybe he was just worried. Like they don't look at the whole situation. They don't be like,
yeah, but there's
Yeah.
more to it than that, and I don't really want to like get into exactly what he did, but he did end up like
Yeah.
crossing. Let's just say he crossed the line on the way he was talking to my dad about it, and he also crossed the line on the stuff that he did to the people that live in the house that he does. So,
Oh.
and like one of the things was kind of disrespecting a 92-year-old woman.
Ew.
Yeah, so that's another main reason why he's in trouble. So, I mean, I'm not gonna say what he did was right or wrong. I'm just saying it goes on both sides of the fence. What he did definitely wasn't right in some of the stuff that he did, but I can see why he had what I would presume was his original intent on doing so in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Shit, if my parents weren't there either, I would stay home. I'm just saying.
Were you guys ever a fan of Angry Birds?
Yeah, I have it on my iPad.
Did you get the new one?
You look like one of the pigs.
Oh.
That's mean.
What's really funny is Demi was talking to Shelby. That's
I'm
jacked
talking to
up.
Sam, not Shelby. You know Shelby looks like one.
I'll have you
too.
know I'm not very fat.
It's okay, you look like the bomb.
Not really.
That was actually a compliment. I mean, talking
TheBomb.com.
about like.
The bomb.
The
Okay,
bomb.
so earlier we
Bomb's
had
black,
this long
though.
conversation.
The
about,
bomb's
like-
black.
It's
So does that
black.
make DeAndre the bomb?
All right, look. No, earlier we had this
Love
long
him.
conversation about like the hood speak. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you guys, I'm just gonna put this out there. The word that starts with N but doesn't end in R, it ends in A. That one, so we were like, "Yo, what's up?" And we were just talking about that, and then now you're saying, "Yo, you the bomb." Like, you look like the bomb, cuh.
Yeah, anybody who plays Angry Birds should just that's what we should switch to.
Is it the Star Wars one or
Star Wars
what?
2 is the newest one.
Yeah,
I already
don't
beat
know.
it.
Hey Sam.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you mix up every single thumbnail of your Grand Theft Auto now.
Oh, you like that?
Hey, Demi.
Thank you.
What's up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I found a way to capture screenshots within the game capture software, and it's been working out pretty well. Take
You know,
this-
that's really
Taking
that's
nice
really
photos.
it's really awesome, Sam, because
Yes, I know
it's not
Adobe
like
Premiere
an
can
edit-
do it too, but I just
No, I mean, I don't see why you capture it in the middle of gameplay instead of just capping it when you're editing, because every editor has a button that just takes the current frame and saves it as a.
well, yeah,
like,
I don't
PNG.
take it during gameplay. No, I take
You said that your editing software, your recording software.
yeah,
does it.
it has a built-in editor. It's not a good editor, but it's got like the basic features like just trimming and adding.
Well, see, I was under the assumption, because you had told me before, that you don't use the built-in editor.
Well, I
because
don't
it
for
is-
actual like hard editing. I just use it to get the screenshots, and that's it.
Honestly, you need to figure out anybody watching the podcast that knows any good, and when I say good, I mean like usable screen recorders for Macintosh that don't suck balls.
Like ScreenFlow.
Thank-
Macintosh, I haven't heard that since
Up below.
forever. I don't know why.
Sam.
But
Yeah.
you guys should leave it like down in the comments below, because Sam uses a Mac, sadly, because he has a sad existence, and we're all very upset for him. But there's nothing we can do. I mean, it's a really sad thing, but you know, we'll get through it together. But no, but his frame rate suffers a lot because he can't record in 30 FPS, which is all that's needed for YouTube. And he's forced to record in 60, which really
And you
hurts
can't
his
change
frame.
it. You seriously can't change
Yeah,
it.
I don't believe that you can't. I'm too lazy to search Google for it.
Gavin or Google, Google or Gavin, which one said it?
Probably you.
Yeah. I don't know. I actually, the question came to my mind today. What would happen, and do you think anybody would notice, if just everything in your entire city was raised up by a foot. Like say you take all the roads, all the ground and everything, add an extra foot of smooth dirt to everything, and then place the city back on top of that dirt. Do you think anybody would notice that it was a foot higher?
Yes, I do. I can't explain to you exactly why, but I do think that there would be a noticeable difference.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, because as I was coming home from my detention, that's what I thought.
Naughty boy.
Actually, Chloe got
You know
suspended.
what I hate?
Chloe got suspended, so from her school. So I mean, can't say I'm so bad. And besides, this teacher that I had for my detention, she let me out 15 minutes earlier. She's just like, what they did in my detention was they're like, you got this science vocab thing that you can just fill out, and it's like, it's pretty difficult though, so just, yeah. And it really wasn't that difficult. It's like a bunch of root words and prefixes and suffixes on a bunch of science vocabulary, so it was actually pretty simple. It's like, for example, everybody's gonna laugh at this, but homo. And
Homo means two things the same.
no, homo means same, and then hetero is different, and then there's bi, which means two, tri, three, and then there's a bunch of others like barrow.
Bicycle.
No.
Tricycle.
Barrow. Like that was one of them. Like they ask, what is a instrument used for measuring the pressure of weather? I just put, barometer. Yeah. I mean, they said make sure to use a dictionary. Use a dictionary like for one definition that I can't remember. It really wasn't that difficult though. And I finished at like within 20 minutes of when I first got it, so it was like 3:20 at that time. And then it's like 25. I wait for like, I just sit there and like, I read this book I have to read for school that I don't like at all, called Tangerine.
Florida.
It seriously is based off of Florida. But have you ever heard of it? The book Tangerine?
No.
Okay. Well, it's basically like this book that's about like a bunch of people from Texas move over to Florida, and then they just like, this kid's obsessed with soccer and he wants to play on the soccer team, and then this kid gets struck by lightning and dies. Spoiler alert. And I just don't like the book at all.
Like anyone wants to read the book.
It's like a 250-page book. It's pretty short. Well, I mean, that's
Okay,
that's
yeah.
considered like short for me, at least.
I don't like reading.
I don't know. I will read if it's a good book. And
The
if
only good
if there's
books
a
that I know is called Sherub.
The fuck?
I don't read too many books. I watch a lot of movies and a lot of
I
TV
love
shows.
books.
Yeah. I mean, I'll read a book before a movie. Like, honestly, I read a lot of the Percy Jackson books, and then I went and saw the movies, and that's when I knew that the first movie was
I
horrible.
love Percy Jackson.
Oh yeah, it was a great series. Or is. I don't know if they're gonna make a third movie, but they recently made The Sea of Monsters, which was actually a pretty good. It's a lot better than how the first one turned out. Did you see The Sea of Monsters or the first movie, Preston?
I saw the first movie and I've only read the first book, which is Lightning Bolt Thief.
Yeah. Did you notice how the book and the movie are in no way similar?
Well, some parts are.
Yeah, but like they take out a lot of stuff and they make a lot of inaccurate points in that movie. But
Yeah.
there's actually a movie I really want to see coming out with George Clooney and Sandra Bullock called Gravity. I don't know if you guys heard about it.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see it tomorrow with my friend who I invited, and we're gonna go watch it.
Can't scare your friend. They're not gonna do too much.
It's
Watching it.
it's my friend. It's my friend Riley, who's a guy.
Hey.
It's not a woman.
okay.
I don't go on man dates.
Okay.
Usually, if I ever go to like movies that involve the actual theater, I'll always take a friend with me.
Did you just say the theater?
The cinema,
The fuck?
cinema, whatever.
I just say the
The
movies.
theater. Okay.
Interior crocodile alligator.
I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. I'm an interior crocodile alligator. Okay.
And
Some has to kill it,
yeah.
don't he?
I think you gotta kill it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think you gotta kill the rabbit. No one? Okay. Moving
Huh?
along.
Sam,
I'm lost.
just headbang that desk.
No, thank you. I'm good.
No, that wasn't a question. That was
That was an order.
yeah.
You can't order me to do anything, though.
I'm listening. Headbang your desk.
You can't order me to do anything. We're talking through Skype.
Just hit your head on your desk.
No.
Hit it.
You're not my mom/dad.
Hit it.
I'm fine.
Shit.
So, what? I feel like we're getting to that point in the podcast where it's like we're dragging it along, but really we should just
Yeah,
kill
pretty
it.
much.
But in all actuality, we should just kill it.
Time for a funny story, guys.
Does anybody have a good story to tell? Childhood?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, Preston.
Osama bin Laden is dead.
That's old
No.
information.
No. Nuh-uh. Dude, don't lie to me like
Green
that.
screen.
Next, you're gonna tell me that the Twin Towers aren't real. Like that they're like falling down. Come on. You're
Is
gonna
it
tell me
plane?
the
Is it,
water's wet.
Whatever it is heading for the World Trade Center.
You guys, it's a bird. It's a plane.
Not really.
No, seriously, guys, it's a fucking plane.
Yeah. Whoa. Was that a deep, pleasurable sigh I see? Or hear?
No, I'm
I'm
exhausted.
I can
little-
s-
I was listening.
I can hear light and I can
Sears.
see sound.
You know
Yeah,
that music
awkward.
video, One More Fright?
No, kitty cat, that's my fucking pot pie.
No, it's my
Shut
pot pie.
Yeah, man, that's my pie.
Guys, this is an ugly car right here. Oh, somebody talked in the cons is a racist bitch chat.
No. Cons is a fucking racist
Mother fucking
fucking
bitch. Okay, you're spamming it now. So, you guys know Leak,
Oh la la.
the gaming Leak? You guys remember that kid back in
Yeah,
the day?
the spamming guy.
Yeah.
The spamming guy.
He have you noticed all the have you guys been added to all those conversations?
Yeah, did you not notice how I said quit?
Yeah.
No, like, okay, you guys, let me just put this out there. I am not a mean guy to my fans. If you guys want to add me on Skype, go right ahead. I have no problem
I'm not
with
sure if
it.
this guy's a fan or
Just
not.
do me a favor. If you're gonna do it, don't spam me, like, with videos and such like that. Like, just, I'm gonna block you, but I have no problem with people adding me on Skype. But this guy just legitimately all the time kept adding us to, like, different BS chats for no reason because he's jealous that we won't add him to this chat. And the reason why we wouldn't add him is because he was, like, a massive spammer. Like, he just spammed everybody all the time. So, I don't know, bunch of random shenanigans going on with that guy.
Yeah. And ha 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 hum
I'll shoot you,
hum.
Sam.
Excuse me?
Anyways, you wanted to know about child stories, right?
Yeah. Do you have one for us?
It's not really that funny, but when I was like 2 years old, my mom told me that she saw me flip off the ice cream man, and then she's like, "Why are you flipping off the ice cream man?" I was like, "Cause I don't have no money." And it was just really funny.
You know, the ice cream man only came by my house once. There was only been one time in my entire life that I've actually seen the ice cream truck come by. It's like, one day I was just sitting on
Was
my
it
porch.
that one day when the pedophile was driving it?
No. I bought a popsicle off of him, if you know what I mean.
Awkward.
So,
Uh,
in that one time, all the kids in the neighborhood went to the yards, like the milkshakes brought the boys to the yard.
No.
pedophile brought the popsicles
Ryan's
to the
cookies
yard.
bring the grandmas to the yard.
Yeah, dude.
You changed the title from that though.
Yeah, I know.
You always told me never change your title.
Yeah, I changed the title of that one solely because I felt like it wasn't Let's Play enough to call it a Let's Play, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it wasn't like I don't know.
Speaking of
I
that-
had a lot of trouble.
Oh, you're right.
I haven't played Cookie Clicker in like a couple days.
What's the
Yeah, I
command?
actually haven't been on there in quite some time. I think my addiction may be done.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Well,
Ryan, what's the command that you type into CMD and it does that Star Wars thing?
Oh, I can't remember.
I gotta go. Well, I think that this has been a pretty good podcast, an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty long.
All right.
I'd have to say that it's pretty decent.
All right, so see you guys next week for the next podcast, hopefully. And thank you guys so much for watching. And if you like, subscribe.
Shut up, faggot.
If you
We
like
can't
even
anymore
more,
for
it has
this.
been Sam or War Stars here, as long
And
with all the
Cyrex,
and Ryan, and Shelby,
and
and-
Demi. But anyway, our links will be in the description below.
If I
and
remember.
We'll see you next
Anyways,
time.
peace.
Bye, guys.